Whew. I did not want to make this video, but we out here though. If you got ghosted, okay. So as a man, I know a lot of us go through this, even on social media, or text messages, whatever the case may be. Talk to a girl, you're having a good time with the girl, taking her on dates, doing all these different things with this girl, and one day all of a sudden she ghosts you, and you're thinking all the situations on how you could have done better, on what was the case, why she ghosted you, what you could have done better, all these different things floating in your brain, and it's honestly horrible to think about these things, because 9 times out of 10, in her mind, she's probably found somebody way better than you in her mind, doing better things than you are in her mind. Or you could be the richest man, but in her mind, somebody else could be doing better things than you, even though you could be rich in that circumstance. But, you know, recently in my life, I got ghosted. I'm gonna be honest. I got ghosted. I was talking to this girl at my job. I walked up on her, got her number, talked to her a couple days, doing good, you feel me? Doing like everything was doing good, you know. Out the blue, I just look at my phone, ghosted, left on scene. And it's like, I was sitting there thinking like, what did I do wrong? You know, I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but I definitely work on myself every single day, no matter what the circumstance is. And, you know, yesterday, that's happened yesterday. And I honestly didn't even want to make this video today. I didn't want to make that. And I couldn't make the video yesterday, which I'm coping. Which I definitely should have made the video in the moment when it literally happened that morning. But I just decided to not, and do dumb bullshit decisions with my time that day that weren't the best. But we're here right now. And a lot of men get ghosted, and it's honestly why you're stuck in the position you're in. You're worried about the next female ghosting you, when in reality, you haven't even worked on yourself yet. You haven't even started going to the gym or doing some type of personal development in some type of way to work on yourself, and you're worried about females, you know. In my brain, you know, I grew up as a loser. I used to watch porn every day, do bad habits every day, play video games all day, not really talk to women. I never really got women in my life up until like I was like 18, 19. I'm 20 right now, but I recently just started getting women attention. No girl would bat an eye my way. And that's just the relatable thing most men deal with every day. If you're a man and no women bat your eye in some type of way, like while you're walking around, like you can be going to a shopping center or going to like, you know, a supermarket, and not even a girl looks your way and you're like a ghost, that is a personal problem, brother. And I'm not trying to sound lustful. I'm not trying to mean it in a lustful way, as in like, oh, you want to do all these things with these girls. But it's just like, as a man, you're supposed to get looks from other women, and that's just what it is as a man. You know, you don't have to be the most attractive person, but that's what happens. But a lot of men deal with this, and they go to other bad habits, convert to other bad habits. I was in a situation where I was about to literally like do some bullshit, like not eat bullshit, not watch porn, not do some horrible thing like that. But I was about to just probably watch YouTube, like cut this out of my mind, like use like a run tool, like an external resource, and not grind. When in reality, I should have been grinding, but I wasn't. And brother, if she ghosted you and you're sitting there overthinking about like what you could have done better, you're doing it the wrong way. You know, you could be thinking on, oh, she didn't like the person you were. You know, you didn't connect with her, maybe something was definitely off if you got ghosted, but she just didn't tell you. It don't matter how good you treated her. It don't matter how many text messages you sent her, how much you liked her, how many good morning texts. None of that shit matters, bro. And I found myself to be very vulnerable in relationships. I used to just worry about like the dumbest things, like saying, be all heartful, lovey-dovey. Because that's how I am, you know. When I'm with somebody, I really care for them. I don't seek for other things but not no lust or anything. I really want to be with them, you know. And honestly, that's what honestly showed my weakness. And as a man, we all have weaknesses. We all are creatures at the end of the day. We all seek something. It could be anything, but most men seek love and all these different things. But the main thing that's been helping me get over this is to just grind, bro. Keep on doing what I've been doing. Not trying to run to external resource or jump to this girl or jump to that girl and try to get over things. No, bro. I'm grinding every day. I got things I got to do every day. I have to do habits every day. I have things I have to do. I can't sit there and jump onto bullshit activities or certain addictions and just ruin all of my stuff. But getting ghosted is honestly one of the best things that can happen to you as a man. Even heartbreak. Because that it opens a different thing inside of you that you kept hidden, bro. And it pushes you. You know, it can bring value. It's just a race of emotions that you can unleash. It's a positive or it can be negative. You can sit there and just cry in your room, do nothing, do bullshit, or you could actually make a difference in your life and work towards something. Be the man that she couldn't see. Be the man. Start a business. Change your physique. Do something. She left you and ghosted you because you weren't the man that she wanted. And that's just what it is. If you got ghosted, it's not because I didn't like the connection. Brother, she's gonna talk to somebody else that's better than you in her mind. And that's just what it is. You know? Maybe the girl that ghosted me is talking to somebody who's better in her mind. Who cares, bro? That's what it is. That's life. You're gonna talk to a bunch of other women out there in your life. And that's just what it is, you know? The main reason why it hit me, when I approached her, I got her number. Like, it was the first time I ever approached a girl for real in my life and got her number like that. Like, and you instantly, like, got it like that. And I'm thinking, like, oh, man, I'm this and that. Boy, I got taught a lesson. My ego was up here, you heard? But that's besides the point. You have to work on yourself, no matter the case is. No matter if you're in a relationship or not a relationship. The grind should always be the same at the end of the day. You know, one thing I fall in line with you know, I'm not a perfect person, but I still try to at least work on my goals no matter what the case is. You know, I have times where I slipped up in relationships and just fall victim to like every man has done and be vulnerable. You cannot be vulnerable in a relationship on what you're doing. You cannot be with somebody or even talk to somebody that they have the power to change your mood. You cannot do that. You know, when this happened to me, it destroyed me. It changed my entire mindset for the day. It changed my mood. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to think about going to the gym today. One thing that can benefit you is definitely having like a friend, brother, somebody close to you that you can speak to about whatever situation you're going through. I don't know if you've been ghosted. I'm sure you got ghosted and you're watching this video. But when you get ghosted and you tell somebody and they snap you back into reality. Like I told my boy the whole situation, and he kept it straight up. Like, there's 4 billion other girls out there. It sounds vague, and I know you've heard that probably over hundreds of times. There's billions of other women out there, but that is the truth. You know, I remember it was times when I was stuck on girls, and I just looked as time went on and just started working on myself. I didn't even think about them. I didn't even think about all the other girls I used to be with or anything, because, brother, if you're not available to your thoughts, bro, you're just gonna have these thoughts. If you're not keeping yourself busy working on some type of thing every day, like if you're just sitting in your room doing nothing, watching porn, watching YouTube all day, watching Netflix, just doing all these bad, horrible habits, that is the reason why you keep on thinking about this girl. And that is also the reason why she left you or ghosted you, because you're not doing nothing for yourself. And I'm sorry you gotta hear that, but that's the truth, brother. A lot of men out here don't do anything with their time in their life. And that's why women take control of you and ghost you. And why you're feminine. That's feminine, bro. You're supposed to be leading the girl, not the girl leading you. But, you know, my boy, he was telling me, like, snapping me back into reality, like, bro, there's 4 billion other women out there. You're good, bro. And he sent me a good couple messages. We hit a little walk. That was a good day yesterday. And it kind of really made me think about it that night. Like, I sat there and thought, like, bro, I sat here wasting my time even caring about this whole situation. In reality, it happens, bro. It happens to the best of us. You get ghosted, you'll get cut off, you get any of those circumstances. It happens, brother. It can happen to anybody. But You mourning on the situation for days, wasting time, and not making a positive output is the reason why you're still stuck on where you're at. You can't sit there and waste time dwelling over some bullshit you can't control. The number one thing that's gonna hold you back is dwelling over things you cannot control. If it happens, it happens. Get over it, bro. That's just what it is. And one thing I'm doing is this entire process, I'm not sitting there dwelling over it, worrying about things I can't control. I'm grinding still. I can't sit there and just let bullshit things or other people's opinions on what they do or they feel about me change how I work or how I am as a person. Because at the end of the day, you are you. But hopefully you guys are good, y'all. Lock in, still grind. Let's get to it, bro.